Hello. It's episode 5 podcast time. 30 minutes. Here we go. All right. Hello. Hope your day is going well. My day has been going really slow today, actually. Just catching up on sleep, eating, resting, but also getting lazy a little bit. But I think it's more so that my body is kind of catching up to me where, I need to get my sleeps in. I got like my 8 hours in today, but also I was still tired. So after I ate, I fell back to sleep. But basically, I think that's just my body catching up because right before I started doing all this, I was also like my sleep schedule was kind of messed up. So I'll be getting like 7 or 6 hours, which is not great. So I think it's just kind of catching up to me. So where after I sleep, or after I eat, I get tired and I go back to sleep. But basically, just a little bumps on the road. You need your rest days, so no complaints there. Just I wish that I could have got more done, but it's okay. It's all right. It's not a big deal. Yeah. So it's not a big deal. It's just me being able to organize everything, making sure that I'm on pace. Of course, I wish I could get more done within the day, and there's a lot of things to be done, but I shouldn't rush too much. I shouldn't try to do too much at once because it takes time. It takes time to get better, and of course you work your way through it, and it's a process. But of course, I wish that I am more productive, and I wish I want to be more productive, but also I need to make the sacrifices and tell myself, hey, I know you're tired. I know you just want to relax, but you need to do this. But of course, I could force myself to do it too. But today was just more like a relaxing day for me because I need to rest. I need to settle down a little bit, slow. I realize my body is catching up to me where I'm getting tired or I don't really want to do anything too crazy, which is not bad either. It's just a matter of understanding when to fight, when to not fight, when to do your things, when not to do your things, and when to rest and when to go. Because if you just keep gas pedaling it, you're gonna end up burning yourself out. So don't do it too much, because you're gonna end up burning yourself out basically. And that's not what I want. I want a long career, and I want to, take this, till I'm like, 30, 40s and all that. So I shouldn't rush it. Right now I'm like 24, turning 25 in December, so it's I still have a long way ahead of me. But like I said to myself, I'm here for the long run. Anyways, so today I was not very productive, but a lot of rest, a lot of relaxation, getting my, not just physically but mentally too, because just making sure that everything's okay, that nothing's bothering me, that if it is bothering me, allow me time to think about it, to ponder it, to let that settle in. Like if you were just working and your mind's a dust field, you kind of let the dust settle down first before you get things going. And that's basically what I've been kind of doing. Just making sure that everything's kind of settled down, settling. Because it takes time for me to think about everything and how it makes me feel or what to do moving forward. But basically that's it. Anyways, I have my talking points here that I can refer to. Let me just pull up my talking points really quick before I forget them. Yeah, so rest days, getting things done, being tired and sleepy, self-care, self-love. Okay, making sure that everything's healthy, making sure that I'm well mentally, physically, self-care, love. What is that? What those ideas? What does that mean? That means you're taking care of yourself. You're not, hurting yourself. You are making sure that you're okay mentally, physically, and that that you can carry day to day without feeling negative about yourself or negative about the world, or just where, of course, you don't always have to be positive, but where you're just not where you're your own best friend in a sort of way where you're not antagonizing yourself or antagonizing the world. I feel like that's kind of like what self-care, self-love kind of is, where you care for yourself and you love yourself, and you don't kind of let those external factors affect you to the point where it's bothersome. Something does that. There's a lot that I can explain about that, but I'll just say that a little bit for right now because it's not like I can explain it right now too well, because I think in terms of self-love there's a lot I can say about it, but I'll just leave it right there for right now until I feel like talking about it. It's not like I don't want to talk about it, just there's a lot of things I can talk about it, I can say about it, but there's nothing right now that makes me feel like, oh, I want to talk about that. But what else I can? I'll come back to that note. Working on music, letting my voice rest. Oh yeah, yesterday, I could definitely tell that my voice was a little bit more different than usual. Even today too, it's like using it a lot, or like it's just where I need to make sure I'm resting my voice, because my voice is how I practice. My voice is my money maker, and also if I'm not taking care of my voice, then that's not good. That means that if something was to happen, then that would prevent me from singing, prevent me from making music, prevent me from performing my parts. So gotta make sure that's okay. Balancing work and not work. So balancing like work days and not work days, resting, not resting, eating, being on a schedule, balancing out to where everything is as like where you can work when it's time to work, and when it's time to rest, that you can rest. Having that balanced social life, balanced work life. It's preference for, I know everybody has a different preference. Of course, right now I really want to put content out, so I want to push for more work, but also I need to make sure that I'm sleeping enough, that I'm not too tired. Not that I can't, overwork myself, or not that I can't, get less sleep and work. It's just that I've done it before, and what you start to realize is my work efficiency really suffers, and my thought process really suffers, and my enjoyment of my work really suffers. Which enjoyment is important. It's not the most important thing, but it is a part of it, where if you really aren't really doing what you enjoy, then why are you really doing it? Or like, you're not going to last 2-3 years, 5 years, 6 years. You're not going to really last if you're not enjoying your work, if you're just trudging through it. Not that it's impossible to do that. It's just, it's not the way I want to do it. Not that I can't do it, not that it's not efficient, or not that it doesn't work. It's just, I have a different preference, and I want to do it. Not that I would never do it. It's just, at the moment, it is not called for. I gotta make sure the engine is on a consistent pace to reach its destination. I'm not trying to reach that destination so quickly that I'm willing to sacrifice sleep, willing to sacrifice a lot of these things. Not saying that I can't sacrifice, or not saying that you can't sacrifice if you're trying to get somewhere. It's just more so, you weigh your options, and you see where you're at, and you decide for yourself. And for right now, of course, I have 2 or 3 months to get things rolling, but that doesn't mean that, if I end up hurting myself within this first month, then that's gonna really hinder my next 2 months. So, you gotta make sure that you're okay. Of course, it's important to be okay, but of course, there's time to push. There's time to push, and there's time to rest. And right now, it's like this. I'm still figuring it out. There's a work in progress, but also, it's not always about, pushing as hard as you can. Anyways, I'm kind of ranting on about all that because my mind has been very, like I said, this has been a rest day for me. So there hasn't been much for me to talk about other than rest, enjoying it, and eating. So I realized that, yeah, I'm quite tired. My energy level has been not as the usual. Like if I'm recording videos where I'm like, it's more so just tired, and things that are on my mind. Like, what is the road to the future is gonna look like? Well, how do I do this? How do I do that? What's gonna come next? Or what's the most optimal way to move forward, or what do I want? And just, even if I know the answer to it, I rethink things, and I just make sure that I can reaffirm all my answers, or making sure that everything's correct. Or if I draw something from the past that I'm like, could I have done something different there, or is that something that I wish was different, or given the chance would I have made a different decision? Anyways, I'm quite the thinker, but it's basically just a lot of nothing, and a lot of things that would kind of like hold that weighs on me for a bit. And I let it settle and I carry it with me, but I drop it when it's time to drop it, or when it's the next thing coming up. But basically, those are things that can be on my mind that can hinder me or can push me forward. It just all depends. But as it stands, I'm gonna work on my originals, get things rolling. Not worried too much about it. All right, that's about that. Anyways, but how's your day? Anything on your mind? Anything on your heart? Feel free to share with me. Feel free, although I'm pretty sure there's not a lot of people listening this far. But if you do, hey, feel free to listen. Feel free to share with me. Feel free to message me or something to that degree. Not saying that I will be able to get to everybody or I will be able to answer back. But it's just more so, hey, maybe that might help you feel better. And if that might help you feel better, then hey, I wouldn't mind helping a little bit here and there. But of course, I gotta get things done. I gotta make sure I'm focusing on getting my things forward, because if I'm just helping everybody, then I'm not pushing my things forward, then that's not good either. I need to make sure that my things are rolling. But hope that your day's well. And if maybe not me, but maybe you can talk to somebody that you feel comfortable talking to. Maybe your mom, your dad, your brother, sisters, siblings, cousins, auntie, uncles, etc., grandpa, grandma. It just depends. Your friends, anybody, people who you feel comfortable with sharing, so that helps you get it off your chest, and also, help you get things off your chest. Okay, I gotta stop using ums. Yeah, so sharing for me has always been good. For me to feel better, overcoming whatever's bothering me. Yeah, those are all the talking points that I have right now. I still have like 17 minutes I can really burn. 18 minutes really. 17, 18. But okay, yeah, though, I gotta stop using ums, dude. Okay. Well, after this, I do hope to work on my originals. But I might end up watching stuff. Who knows? But it literally just requires me to sit down, record, and sing, and practice, and sit there and do it. So, you know what? With that being said, and also with everything I've talked about, I'm going to do that. Just sit down, listen to my music. Because I've been watching a lot of this Twitch streamer called Elijah. He's like a cool dude. Love watching his content, love personality, and I can just enjoy what he's doing. So I watch it, and it's very entertaining, but maybe a little bit too much. So I gotta move that to the side and start my work again. Because the last 2-3 days been watching that, playing some Genshin Impact, and just really enjoying that too. Of course, I did do work here and there, but definitely spent more time doing that. And also eat, sleep. Even though I get my 8 hours in, I get hungry, I eat, and then I get sleepy again, because I'm just like, I just want to get cozy. Because it feels really good to sleep when you're full, or like when you just eat it. I don't know about you, but for me it's very satisfying I always have a lot of food coma. So like after I eat, I get quite tired, or I can really fall asleep if I wanted to, because after eating, it feels good to go to sleep. So I get food coma. I very, very food coma. So usually after I eat a good meal, I'm like, yeah, I'm getting quite tired, to the point where, like, let's say I go out eat and then I'm driving back home, I'm getting a little sleepy. I'm like, crap. So I gotta catch myself, like, King, I need you to stay awake and not freaking crash your fucking car. Okay, sorry for the language, but yeah, to not crash your car. So I'm like, okay, stay awake, King. But I get quite bad food comas. But yeah, making sure I get work done, work on my posture, because not just to be better, performance, look more formal, look more better's quotation. It's also health reasons, because I don't want to grow old where I'm like hunching over too much, or where I'm having improper posture, which would put a lot of strain on my neck, a lot of strain on my back, and things like that. If you have a bad posture, it's gonna really strain your health your physical well-being, and maybe even mental well-being. If you're self-conscious really about your posture, that could be a thing too. So it's it's a work in progress for everybody. Everybody's at different levels, and it's okay if you have bad postures, or if it's okay if you're not where you want to be. It's all about accepting it, realizing it, and moving forward, trying to better it. If you do want to better it, because change requires effort, and if you really want to do it, then you'll put in the effort to change and make things better for yourself. But yeah, working on posture, making sure that I'm a little bit not slouching, not working on my neck so that my neck isn't forward. It's health, looks, and health, well-being. It's something that's on my mind always, because I'm slouching too much, or especially if I'm not in a good mood, I slouch a lot too, because I'm just I don't really want to, I'm not in a good mood, I'm just gonna slouch my way into the abyss. One thing also is that if why I wouldn't really share if I'm in a bad mood. Why would I share with you if I'm in a bad mood? Why would I make that obvious? I don't really want to make that obvious, or if I don't really want to, let people know, because it's why though? Why would you want to do that? Oh, let me fix my light. It's not a personal thing. It's more so that it's just more so. I don't know. I don't really get mad, but if I am mad, then my reason, I don't get mad, but when I do get mad or frustrated, then there's nothing really in my way. I don't really care, or, I don't really want to, if I'm frustrated, then I don't really want to put down anybody, and also that it's something I have to internalize first before I can actually explain to someone, this is why I'm mad, or this is why I'm frustrated. How can I explain someone that I'm frustrated if I haven't internalized it yet to the point where I can say exactly, yes, this is exactly why I'm frustrated? Because if I don't have an exact answer, then it'll look really bad on me, and also it'll be hard for me to explain it to someone. If they say, are you mad? Are you frustrated? I'm like, yes, but how can I explain it? They're like, why? Or what's bothering you? I'm like, I don't know yet, because I need to internalize it. I can tell you what's kind of causing it, but I can't really give you the exact explanation because I haven't internalized why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. And that's a me thing. I internalize things first before I talk about it, because it's I can't give you an exact answer, and it's not going to look good on me, and it's not going to help you understand me. It might help you understand the situation, but it will give you a false impression of what I'm feeling, or I wouldn't want people to make the wrong choice because of the wrong information I gave them. If I say, oh, I'm frustrated because of XYZ, and then they go try to fix that problem, but then what really was frustrating me wasn't what they fixed, it was other things. Once I finished internalizing it, then it's not exactly what they were trying to do. So it could be a very hairy situation, a spiral into the rabbit hole. So that's why I like to internalize things first before I can actually explain it to people, because it's hard to explain my thought process, and it's hard to explain my feelings, or it's hard to really explain myself, and so that makes sense if I haven't internalized it first, so where I can say, yes, this is why, that is why, that, because for the most part, it's more so that it's not trying to it's not like I'm trying to pretend to not be mad or anything like that. It's more so I need to internalize what I'm feeling first and understand why, so that I can explain to you why, and so that you don't try to misinterpret what I'm trying to explain, and my feelings and my internal struggle. Because the thing will be annoying would be if my internal struggles I'm trying to tell you, but it's just you interpret it a different way, and now that's out there, and now I have to correct that, or now I have to say, no, that's not quite right, or I like that you're trying to fix things, but that's not exactly what I mean, because because like I said, it's internal. It's not exactly. Usually, if I'm mad or frustrated, it's not usually because of others. It's more so me internally, where something's bothering me or I need something, but I can't get it at the moment. So it's not my frustrations and me being angry is never really outside. It's more so internal, and so when I'm dealing with that, I need to internalize it first and understand it, and then I can give it to someone I hate. And this is why I'm feeling what I'm feeling. XYZ, basically. Anyways, that was me kind of going on a rant about me internalizing things and me if ever I'm feeling frustrated or bothered by something. It takes time for me to internalize things. I don't know if it takes time for you, but I know for me it does 100%, because I like to say what I mean and mean what I say, kind of a thing, where I don't like to just say things to say things. I don't like to just go on a whim or go on a theory about my thought process. I like to at least understand a bit more so I can explain myself, or they have questions, then I can answer those questions, and so I can give a better statement, for why I feel or why I think the way I do. But sometimes that takes too long, so who knows? Yeah, internalizing things before I just start blabbering my mouth off, because I can, but it's not gonna feel good for me, and also it's not really correct with what I feel, how I feel. It's more so, just internalize things. Anyways, sorry to be such a downer. This has been a rest day for me, and I'm feeling better. But of course, rest days. But after this, doing music, getting things done. I don't know. Is this enjoyable? I don't really know, but it's a start to something. It's not always about the end goal. Like one of my things is also that it's not always about the end goal. It's the journey, like this. I'm making podcasts, making videos, talking to somebody who wants to listen. It's not always about the journey, the end goal of, I'm famous. I have this amazing podcast that a lot of listeners listen to. No, it's about the journey too. It's like the process of working up to it, so that you can finally claim it as, so that you can say, yes, I did all that. I'm proud of myself, and and realizing what it takes and how much effort you have to put in to get to where you're at. Of course, one of my also thought process is that even if you were to be dropped off at that place, you wouldn't be able to sustain that workload, that lifestyle, or that what's required of you to maintain that work or maintain that level of production. Let's say I'm like a famous person, or like a celebrity, or like an idol that's producing content, that's a YouTuber. Even if I was to be dropped into that spot right now, I wouldn't really make it. I wouldn't make it, because it would be really difficult. Not that I wouldn't make it, but it's like it would be really difficult to make it and to grow to that level. It's like right now I'm level 5, level 10. And if I drop into that YouTuber idol position, celebrity position, that's like level 100, level 50, and I'm just level 10. I have to grow up really quickly if I'm dropped off in those positions. And so I wouldn't be able to sustain the workloads, wouldn't be able to sustain the lifestyle. So it's growing pains, but also it's a journey, as I'm going through the process of leveling up my career so that I get to that level. It takes time to slowly get there, and even if you get there, it's not always about that end goal, trying to be the highest level you can be. Well, it's also the process. It's that once you get there, then you can have more fun, or then you can really use your level to help other people level up. So it's like there's a lot of things to do with it. That's kind of like the analogy I enjoy using, where to make me better understand my position and better understand my goals, my careers, and what I'm trying to get to. Anyways, I'm just talking about me. This podcast could be about anything. It's just a matter of right now there's nothing else to really talk about, and there's no questions, where I'm interacting with people. So, but it's here. If people would like to listen, people would like to see what's happening in my life or happening to me on a kind of daily basis, then it's here. Of course, this will be posted tomorrow, which is, Saturday, because today is Friday for me. But I'm recording this so that I can post it on Saturday, and hopefully Saturday things will go a little bit better. Right now we're Rise. I'm a volunteer at Rise, of course, but we're very slow right now, or at least the volunteers are very slow right now. Right now, there's a lot of downtime. Right now, there's a lot of planning, a lot of getting things done. But for me, right now, of course, because of that, I'm taking advantage of that and making sure that I'm pumping out as much as I can, pumping out music, pumping out videos, pumping out production, making sure that Rise see, or not making sure that Rise see, but proving to myself and proving to everyone around me, and including Rise, that I'm serious about what I'm doing. I'm serious about my work, and I'm serious that I am, I do this because I really want to do this, and I do this because this is what I'm trying to do, and that even though there is nothing yet, that doesn't mean that there won't be something more, and that this is a process, that I'm in business, and this is things that I could do. This is what I want to do, and things are gonna, like. Does that kind of make sense? I'm losing my thought process now, but just prove to myself, prove to people around me, or like Rise, basically, that I will make things happen and I will make things move. And I don't know if you listen to this. Wow, well, thank you for listening. I have about 4 or 5 minutes, but let's keep talking for a little bit. But yeah, my biggest thing right now is because of our downtime, or this moment, about this month and next month, that let's get things going. Let's start pushing things out. Let's start giving content out there, so that since I'll be working closely with Rise, if you want to do something with this, then let's do it, or let's talk about it, or because I'm kind of showing that, hey, I can do this, or hey, this is what I'm trying to push for. But it's all a matter of, what are we going to do with this? Or I can bring this to the table, or I'm trying to push my own things out there, like my content, my career, my artistry, my music, so that it's not just like that I'm piggybacking off of Rise. It's not just that I'm piggybacking off of Rise, but showing that, yes, I do make my own things. Yes, I do make my own content. Yes, I do. I can push my own things forward, and yes, I am like a person that, yes, I am under Rise and I'm volunteering with them, but also that I can push my things forward, or that I can do things on my own. I don't necessarily need external forces pushing me forward. Does that kind of make sense? That sounds really bad, and it doesn't sound quite right, but that's kind of the general idea. But yeah, I love Rise, love working with them, and I would love to continue to work with them moving forward. And I feel so grateful to be in this position to have this relationship with them, and also work with them, work closely with them, and be connected with so many amazing people that I never thought I would actually get to meet or know, and to be actually doing things bigger than myself, doing things that are that is going to, like, doing things that I've never thought I would be doing, and moving not just my career forward, but also moving my community, and also making things happen within, like, Fresno, within that community, within making things happen. So that's just a really big deal for me. And of course, I want to play a major role in terms of doing music and singing and dancing, performing, and bringing all those numbers, and bringing things into Fresno as well. But I'm not there yet, of course. Obviously, I'm like a nobody. I don't have any music. I don't have any really real dances. I don't really have any real podcast episodes. Well, I have podcasts, here we have it, but I don't have anything to really show that, yes, I can bring in numbers, or I don't really have anything to show that, yes, I will be an artist, or I am an amazing artist. I have a lot of ideas, a lot of theories, or not theories, but I have a lot of ideas, a lot of creative energy within me, and I have a lot of motivation and a lot of burning passion, but none of that really. That's just all words right now. There's nothing to prove my action. There's nothing to prove myself just yet. So that's why, even though I have proven myself as a volunteer to be a very helpful and very motivating and very great volunteer or helpful person, there's nothing to prove myself as an artist here. Nothing to really prove myself as a performer, or to really show that, yes, I'm a volunteer, but what I really want to do is artistry and performing and things like that. But there's nothing to really prove that, yes, that's something that I really do, and yes, that's something that my heart is within. that's that's something I really want to do. Which reminds me, I should probably post a video about it. I should start. Funny story. I have 2 dancing videos as of this moment with this podcast, but the first one was really bad, like dancing and singing. It was really bad. It was just like a small little dance, like 4 or 5 counts. No, like 4 or 5, like 4 counts, 4 8 counts, like 3 4 8 counts of a small dance, but it's not really dancing. It's not really singing. And the second one, which is a lot better, but the video is not doing as well. It's not being shared, or it's not being out there. It's not being liked or things by my friends and stuff. And I'm like, that's weird, and that makes me feel so bad, because I'm like, yo, the first one was horrible, but it has all the views and all the likes. The second one's a lot better. It has no views, no likes. Oh my god, what is going on? But that's just one of the struggles. I'm just like, okay, I think if anything, my second video is not being pushed out because XYZ. I don't know. But anyway, that's just something funny. But that's basically all the time I have for this episode. Tune in tomorrow for episode 6, and let's talk more, and hopefully by then I can show you more, and I tell you about music, tell you about my day, and just bring better energy into this podcast, because I would like to talk about more things. It's just I need to take down some notes and what I want to talk about, or maybe if I do have people listening, they can give me ideas or things that they want me to talk about, or things they want me to tell them, whatever it is. But we'll see. Of course, I'm in this position where I can talk about these things, but of course there's limitations to what I can talk about, because of course, that's kind of just how things go. But of course, I would try to talk about everything that I can without being too controversial, or without being anything that's trying to shoot myself in the own foot. Because, I can say one thing, but people can always interpret it in another way. That's basically how it is. So unless I really feel strongly about something, I don't really feel like putting it all out there. And that's just me being honest, and that's just me being truthful to you about it. But yeah, we'll see. That's just kind of how the game is right now. That's just how the world is. That's just how this game is played. Because if you mess up, you're gonna get banned, or you mess up, you're gonna get blocked. If you mess up, nobody's gonna work with you. That's it. So you gotta play your game right. That's not me trying to pretend. That's not me being fake, or that's not me trying to, not trying to be someone I'm not. That's just how the game works. That's just how the industry, or how things roll. And there's nothing I can really do about it, other than try to be me and just try to do what I can. At the end of the day, that's just how it is. Anyways, all right, I'll catch you some other time. Catch you tomorrow with my next podcast, episode 6. I'll see you later. Tootie. I don't know how I outro, but okay, later.